Hey YouTube, it's your boy Jeff. Wanted to show you something tonight that I've been working on for a few weeks now. This is my first attempt at a hydroponic setup. This setup is fairly simple. It is, I've got my grow container. I've got, I think 1.5 inch net cups and got some rock wool underneath. There's nothing in them right now except for that one plant you see here. That's the only thing that's there. That is a jalapeno pepper, and then the one lying down behind it is the one that we're going to plant tonight. That one I just pulled from a little seedling bed that I have. That is a candy cane pepper, and we're going to put it into the hydroponic setup. This one right now is just a couple of gallons of water. I've got my just regular tap water and some nutrient solution inside. You can see I've only got just the one plant. Actually, you could barely see the root coming out of it. But this one has somewhat a longer root, and so that'll be a little deeper down in the water. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to go ahead and get that set up. I've got a couple other little seedlings growing, but they're not yet ready to harvest. That one was harvested about 5 minutes ago. I rinsed it off, rinsed the dirt off the root, and we're going to go ahead and put it into the hydroponic setup. Before I do that, I've got a couple other little seedlings growing. One is in a flower pot here. That is also a jalapeno pepper. And so I'll harvest that one in a few days. It's probably 3 days old now. I'll wait till it gets about 5 to 6 days old before I harvest it and plant it in the hydroponic setup. But not to overtalk this, I'm gonna go ahead and start the setup now. So let me put my camera to the side so I can use both hands. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the small net cup out. We're going to take all the rocks out. And I just had this set up because I didn't want the water getting too much exposure to light. Just above me, I have a grow light that I keep on pretty much all day. And, well, I've already cut this one. Anyway, I keep the grow light on pretty much all day until it's time for bed, and then the grow light goes out when it's time for bed, and then I turn it back on in the morning, so it runs probably 18 hours a day. So just for this little seedling, I basically cut a slit right here in the rock wool, placed my seedling on the inside of it, I put enough down at the bottom so that it goes into the nutrient solution. And then I have some up here that's going to get the benefit of the grow light. And inside my net cup, you can see kind of an opening there. And I'm going to put this root right down through the bottom, the rock wool on the inside. And then I'll take my little rock pebbles, kind of fill in. We'll put that in the nutrient solution first. But then I'll take my little pebbles and kind of fill in, and this does two things. Really, it does keep the light, in this case the light from the grow light, out of the nutrient solution, but it also acts as kind of a stabilizer for the plant itself. And this plant doesn't need much stabilizing. It stands tall on its own, and I think I'm just going to kind of leave it right there. But it's pretty much as simple as that. And the last thing I'm going to show you is when it's in place, which it is firmly in place right now. It has a little root sticking out. You can barely see it over there, but it goes right down into the nutrient solution. Now, the hydroponic system I have set up is not the Kratky method. This one does have aeration. I've got a little, what do you call that thing? Goes into an aquarium. but it's pumping air into it. And most of the time I'm utilizing my Bouge RV for power. That usually lasts about 30 hours or so. Not quite 3 days, but about 30 hours with just that little bit of power supply coming out. And it does a really good job pumping air and oxygen into the hydroponic setup. I wanted to document this because I wanted other people to see how easy this is. Now, you saw that I literally just planted that 30-40 seconds ago. This one's been here now for maybe a week, not quite 10 days, and it's already sprouted 4 leaves. When I planted it about 10 days ago, or less than 10 days ago rather, it only had 2 leaves just like that one. And you can see how much it has done. Now it's not quite as tall, but it does have more leaves to it. So we'll check back in a few days, see what that one's looking like. We'll also see what that one's looking like, and then by then I may have a third one planted, because as you saw in that flower pot, there is a small what do you call it, jalapeno pepper. Excuse me, can't get my thoughts together, out of breath because I've been walking this afternoon, halfway running. And then that's a bell pepper on top of the Bouge RV, and I hadn't decided yet whether I'm going to put it in here. I think it's too big for this. I may just pot it and see what it does. And finally, I wanted to show you that I am working on something else, which is more of the Kratky method. This is a Gatorade bottle, and I've got a 2-inch neck cup with rock wool, and I've got a seed inside, and I'm just going to see if that seed is going to sprout. I believe what I put in here is lettuce, romaine lettuce. So I'm going to see if that seed is going to sprout, and then from there we'll figure out what to do with it. But it's full of water up to the neck cup. It also has the nutrient solution in the water so that the plant can get what it needs and grow. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to come back to this one in a few days. And then finally, the other thing that I've done is some of these seeds to fill in the rest of the slots here. I've actually put them in a napkin, in a moistened napkin, and put them in a closet in between 2 towels, and they've started to sprout. And so I've planted those in a little seed bed, and that's what's going to be coming out next. So I'm doing all kinds of things here, and I'll hopefully be able to show you more. Take care. Talk to you soon.